We play and call it work.
Welcome back to this week's Firestorm campaign for Age of Sigmar. Let's recap what happened last week. And just so you know, this is our last week of Firestorm, so these 2 games you're going to see today will be the last 2 games ever. Well, for this campaign. Then we'll do another campaign. Luke and I fought in the vitriolic swamps. I was trying to take them away from death, even though I outnumbered him 700 points. So 2,000 points to 1,300 he was able to hold. And death was able to keep the swamps. Over in the Eyes of the Prismaticon, we had Kenny and Steve fighting Beasts of Chaos versus Fire Slayers, with Fire Slayers trying to take the Eyes of the Prismaticon from Steve, from the Beasts of Chaos, and the Beasts of Chaos were victorious. They had a points advantage, of course, but in this case it actually mattered. For this week, Matthew versus Kenny, myself versus Kenny, is going to be Gutbusters versus Kharadron Overlords. And we are going to be fighting in the Life Springs. We both have 2,000 points. Kenny's got a bunch of strategy. I've got some build. We'll see how that all works out. And then over in the Caverns of Fulminax, Steve and Luca will be duking it out. It'll be Chaos versus Death, whatever they end up doing. Probably Beasts of Chaos versus Legion of Blood, I believe, is what they're going to be fighting in the MiniWarGaming Vault. Steve has the points advantage, but that didn't stop Luca from winning last time. So you have to go and check it out in the Vault to see what happens this week. As for our glory, I am still in the lead with 21 glory, but Luca is catching up. He's at 17. He actually just gained 2 from drawing one of his shrine cards this game. Steve is then a little further behind at 12, having drawn an extra 2 glory for his shrine card. And Kenny, unfortunately, is all the way at the bottom with only 9 glory, but maybe he can make up for a bit of that today. The Life Springs. The pure mineral-enriched waters that flow from the volcanic valleys of the Flamescar Plateau run through this region, enriching the soil and warming the earth. It is said that bathing in these hot springs can cure disease and mortal wounds alike, and even bestow long life upon the recipient. We've got Kenny here today, bringing his Kharadron Overlords.
Yes.
Against my Gutbusters, the Bone Grinder Gargant. Let's take a look at those armies.
I'm bringing 2,000 points of Gutbusters. That's right. I'm not sure if they're going to be any good. Their rules are pretty straightforward. And we got an ally, all 400 points of my allies, into the Bone Grinder Gargant. I've got my Tyrant, who is my general. His warlord trait is Ravager. Normally their destruction ability is that the heroes in the hero phase roll a die. If they roll a 6, they choose a unit nearby and they can move. But the general gets +2 to that roll. With Ravager, he gets +3. So on a 3+, a nearby unit can move for free, or himself. And I also gave him the artifact of Rockeye, I think it is. In his hero phase, he chooses an enemy within 12 inches and he gets +1 to hit it. Got a max squad of Ogors. 9 Lead Belchers, 6 Iron Guts, and 3 more Ogors. And old Snot-Nose himself, the huge Bone Grinder Gargant, using all 400 of my ally points. And Kenny's got his Kharadron Overlords. It might look like there's not very many on the table, but they're all inside of their boats. They're all hiding in there. What is this first unit that is sitting on one of the objectives?
This is 10 Arcanaut Company with 3 Skyhooks. This is a frigate. It's going to have 10 Arcanaut Company in it. This is 3 Aethermatic Volley Guns in that one. And this is my Ironclad, which will have my General, which is an Admiral, a Aether Chemist, and 15 Grunstock Thunderers with varied weapons.
Lots of varied weapons.
Yeah, too much to list off. And my last frigate, which will have 10 Arcanaut Company with mixed weapons, 1 Skyhook, 2 Aethermatic Volley Guns.
And what did you choose for all of the wonderful abilities?
So I'm actually Barak Thrine this game.
City of the Ancestors.
Yeah. They're Grudge Bearers, which fits the rest of the armies I've been playing. So before the start of the game, I picked D3 enemy units.
Let's do it now. Roll a D3.
Whoop.
So you get to pick D3 and you reroll ones to hit and to wound against them. That is not a D3. One. What's your choice?
Oh, gee. I guess it's going to be the Gargant.
So you get to reroll ones to hit and wound against it.
Yes.
Everybody?
All of your units.
Oh, goodness. That seems pretty good.
And they get +1 bravery as long as there's no enemies within 3 inches.
What's your footnote?
It's no trading. There's no trading with some people. Once per game, I can add D3 mortal wounds to one of my damage rolls.
So you have to actually do the damage.
Yeah.
So after you hit wound, I fail a save, and you do damage, then you can add D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Once per game. So if there's something that's just about dead, you can finish it off. What's your command trait?
My command trait is Grudge Bearer, so the Admiral gets +1 attack with his hammer. And
Did you take an artifact?
I got 2 because I got one from the Firestorm campaign card. So that will be the last word. This Ironclad's cannon is the last word. So if you charge it or end within half an inch of it, it gets to shoot. It's cannon.
Normal, no modifiers?
No modifiers.
Just a shot.
Yep.
All right, it's going to get to shoot then, because I'm going to be charging it.
And the Aether Chemist.
Who's also on board this.
Yep. He's going to have an Aether Shock Earbuster. So his little chemist gun, if he slays any models with it, you have to take a battle shock test immediately.
On that unit.
Yeah.
Awesome. We are playing the match play scenario called Total Commitment. In this one, there are 4 objectives. One in each corner, essentially, 12 inches from the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Total Commitment is all about the fact that we've been fighting for a while, and this is the last of our forces, that we've committed everything. So nothing is allowed to be in reserve, which neither of us were really going to try to do, I don't think. So it kind of works out nicely. And at the end of each of your turns, you score 1 victory point for each objective that you control in your territory, and 3 victory points, he's sitting on 1, for ones that you control in your opponent's territory. And other than that, it splits the table in half like this, but you can deploy up to 9 inches away from enemy territory instead of just 12 inches. So I'm able to start 3 inches further forward, which I, of course, appreciate. Now, stratagem-wise for Firestorm, the campaign, we get strategy points. Kenny had drawn 5 strategy points, which is great, and decided to spend 3 of them on...
4 of them, actually, on Force March.
Oh, 4.
So up to D3 of my units in my army may move before the game starts as though it was my movement phase and they can't run.
Okay. Now, I had only 1 strategy. I chose foil against reinforcements, knowing that he had 5. Reinforcements will let him bring back something. And, bringing back something that's really hard to kill is just really annoying, so I spent it on that. But part of my Destruction Allegiance ability is also, that's from the Firestorm book, is that I get a random stratagem. I actually roll twice and pick 1. So orange will be 10s. So we got 43 and 15. 43 being Inspiring Speech and 15 being Ambush. Inspiring Speech would give me +1 bravery army-wide until 1 person flees. But Ambush, you remove 1 unit and then set them up again anywhere on the table more than 9 inches away from the opponent. So we're going to roll off to see which stratagem we'll do first, your forward march or force march or mine. And we'll roll off and the winner gets to choose the order. That's actually cocked. Okay, roll again. Okay, you win. So do you want to do your force march first?
No, yours goes first.
Okay. Does your force march limit, like you're not allowed to get a certain distance away from enemies?
No, I just can't run.
Okay, so I couldn't block it with certain things. The Iron Guts weren't here. They all fall over. You realize they're cardboard cutouts. Come up. And then they pop out of the grass like daisies. They were actually hiding in there.
It was 6 big shrubs.
It was humongous shrubs.
With clubs sticking out. You guys didn't figure it out.
Yeah, nope. Force march, D3 of your guys can make a normal move, 3 of them. A normal move, not running though.
Yeah.
You're only going to use 2 of those to move these 2 boats?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to leave your objectives yet. Not until you can disembark. Too bad you just didn't start the guys on the table. Would have been easier.
And 8 inches. I undersold it a bit, but...
Bring it. Oh, and by the way, he finished setting up first, obviously, because all his guys are in his boats. So he's going to choose who goes first. I have a funny feeling I know who he's going to choose.
Is it me? Because it is.
That was my guess. I'm like, well, you're not going for the double turn? Fine. One thing I do want to point out before we really get started is who the terrain is by. This table mat, this game mat is from Table War. These pieces, they work really well, so they kind of blend everything together, is from Terrainify. We've got a bunch of trees that Greenleaf Terrain made, and we got some from Foreground as well. So links in the video description below to check out those companies, and thank you to those companies for providing the terrain. Start of your hero phase. We're going to see some disembarking
A lot of disembarking.
before. So everybody but the admiral got out. He's going to bellow orders from inside of the hero, inside of there, apparently.
Yeah.
Not very effective. He's so high up they can't hear him. And the company comes out of the little frigate. And because you have an important objective to hold back here.
And they're all just going to come up on the rocks because I just remembered I hold the objective until I don't.
Yeah. Your chemist has an ability to select a unit and choose a weapon, and they get +1 to their attacks?
Yes.
Or +1 to hit?
+1 to attacks characteristic of one weapon carried by the unit.
Which weapon are you going to choose?
I'm going to choose the ether cannons.
So that's these things?
Yeah,
The grenade launcher looking things?
yeah, we went through it and through process of elimination.
Those
it
must
has
be
to
them.
those.
Hopefully. So they get +1 attack.
Yeah.
Then you raise your flag, and what
We're gonna
ability do you
fire
give?
at will.
Fire at will, so all of your ships that can see him, their carbines get +2 attacks.
Yes. Wait. No, they're not.
You don't
going
want to batten the hatches.
because they disembarked.
I was going to say, you
Not
can't.
legal.
Yeah, you can't do that when they
I
disembark.
meant the frigate's going to go all hands to guns.
Which does what?
It halves his movement, but he rerolls once to hit.
Nice. That's just the frigate, or is that all your ships?
Just the frigate.
Moving phase,
So with his moved or half move, he goes 5 inches to up here.
which will get him with an 18-inch range of these ogres.
And they're going to move their 4 inches up the rock. Look at them go. Isn't this impressive?
It's awesome. Such nice little dwarves. And your other dwarves over here.
We're going to adjust, get a little closer.
Take out the ambushing iron guts before they slaughter you all.
Yeah, putting the emphasis on bush in that one too. Gonna go 4 inches here. Everyone's just gonna do a little dwarf shuffle.
Basically, unload and then hope not to die.
Yeah. And we're gonna do a big 12-inch move over here.
Just gonna block that flank.
Well, hopefully I'll kill some, and if not, I'll charge them and die. We're just gonna move 8 inches over to here. We're gonna do the tiniest 5-inch shuffle over here.
Shooting phase.
All right, 3 skyhooks going into those bad boys.
4s to hit.
Oh,
3s to wound.
here we go.
1 wound. What's the rend?
1, 2,
Are you asking me?
2.
So I get a 6-up save. Booyah! Oh, that one did like a lot of damage, didn't it?
It just does D3.
Oh, D3. Okay.
All right.
And then their regular rifles.
Pistols, 15 shots,
Or
hitting
pistols.
on 4s.
Once again, are you asking me?
Yeah.
It is 4s. So mediocre roll. 4s to wound. Are there any rend on these?
No,
4-up saves. Then I take 1 wound.
the frigate.
They'll be down. I don't think it matters. You're down to 3 wounds. The frigate is next.
It's gonna put its cannon into
The iron guts.
the iron guts and its aethermatic volley gun, or
The gun-
carbines.
The carbines.
Aether shot carbines into these little boys.
Lead belchers.
Lead belchers. That's
The big old 4 to hit from the cannon. Oh, you got it. That's the important thing. 2s
winning
to
on
wound.
2s.
And it's -2.
2.
Only -2. Okay, so 6-up save. Did it before. Oh, I did it again!
Ah, darn.
Oh, I'm sorry. And then the carbines. A couple more attacks in the carbines because you're doing all hands to the guns, or grab all the guns, or
It's,
shoot all the shots.
fire at will.
Whatever. Shoot all the shots.
But all hands are on guns, so I'm rerolling 1s to hit. Hitting on 3s.
Rerolling
Rerolling
ones.
these 2 1s.
Booyah. 4s to wound. 2 wounds with 1 rend, so they're 5-up, becomes a 6-up. 2 wounds. And just 1 way down to 2 wounds. And this little company is going to fire at the lead belchers as well.
Everything into the lead belchers.
Start the volley guns, 6 shots each, hitting on 5s. Big old shotgun. 4s to wound. Ooh, only 2, but -1, so I got a 6-up save. Oh, I made 1 of them.
15.
Down 1, but then you got your pistols too. And then the pistols, 4s and 4s. Ooh, not bad. 4s to wound. No rend, so 5-up. Ooh, I made 2, but you do kill 1. And you wound the next one. Boom. The chemist is next. Who's he firing at?
He's going to fire at the lead belchers as well with his noxious ether.
AKA the fart gun. 3d6 shots. 8. 4s to hit. Oh. Now 4s to wound. Oh, you did it! Just barely 3 wounds. It's -2 rend, so I don't get a save. Now, because you had made it the artifact, if I lose a model, if it slays a model, then I have to immediately take a battle shock test for this unit, and they've lost 2 so far. And this is in addition to the one in the battle shock phase. So they're bravery 6, they lost 2 guys, so 5 or 6, and I'll lose more. No, I'm fine.
Darn.
Ironclad's up next. Who's he firing at?
He's going to fire his cannon at the Gargant and his
Carbines?
carbines at the Lead Belchers.
The one shot against the Gargant, hit on a 4, re-rolling 1s. Oh, Kenny! Kenny, you don't even have a double turn to help save you. Now you do have an amendment from this house that once per battle you can re-roll any one of your dice rolls. So would you like to do that here?
I would like to honor the gods, just in case.
Okay. Go,
Hey!
you got it. 2's to wound. It's a wound.
Please don't.
It's a -2, so I get a 6-up save. Oh, will I do this for the 3rd time in a row? Oh, I did not. So D6 damage to my big old monster. Oh.
I will add D3 mortal wounds to that.
Okay, add D3 mortal wounds to that. 2, that's 8 damage. He's down to 12 of his 20 wounds. That definitely brackets him once or twice at least. You actually had torpedoes as well when it throws into the Gargant.
So hitting on 4s, re-rolling
1,
nothing.
so that's average. 3's to wound.
3's to wound.
That's 2 wounds. -1 for the Ren, so I get a 5-up, and they're D3 damage apiece. Oh, 1 gets through, which will bracket him again. So D3 damage, 2 more damage. He's down half his wounds from 1 volley. Nice. And then the carbines. 4's to hit. Sorry, there were 3's to hit.
That was my fault.
4's to wound. Oh, nothing. Then you got your big unit of Thunderers. Everything that's in range is going into the Gargant, and everything else that's not in range is going into the Lead Belchers.
Yes.
Grunstock Mortars first. 4's to hit.
4's to hit.
Ooh. You're re-rolling 1s because you got a grudge against this thing. 3's to wound.
3's to wound.
And this is minus.
Nothing.
So 4 up. Nothing. Then you got the 1 cannon. 4's to hit.
But they have 2 shots each.
That's right, because you give them the +1. 4's to hit. 2's to wound. This one's -2.
Yep.
So 6 up again. Nothing. Damage.
D3.
Oh, 3! You knocked him down another bracket. He's essentially neutered. His 3d6 club attacks is now d6 club attacks. And then your rifle shots.
6 rifle shots.
Hitting on.
3s, I believe.
Reroll the 1.
All hit.
4's to
4s.
wound. So you got 3 wounds. These are -1.
Yes.
So 5-up saves. So 1 more wound.
I don't.
No, you've done plenty to him. He's now very neutered. He'll be very unimpressive. He went from 3d6 attacks to d6 attacks. So essentially, what's he going to do? Deck sweepers. 2 of them are in range. So 3 shots in total. What are they hitting on?
4s, 4s.
4's to hit.
4's to wound.
And Ren.
And 1.
5-up. 1 more wound. It's down to 5. So that's everything into the Gargant. So now we're going to resolve all the various weaponry into the Lead Belchers. Cannons first.
Cannons first.
Hitting on 4s. Rerolling that 1. No, never mind. You're no longer grudged. 2's to wound. And this is -2, so they don't get a save, and it does D3 damage. 3 damage. 1 wound left. Deck sweepers, 2d6 shots. 6 shots. 4's to hit. Ooh. Apparently my Lead Belchers are
Where's the
invulnerable. -1, so 6-up save. 1 more wound, so you killed 1. Hey, Battle Shock is going to be a thing. We could lose up to 3 more so far. Fumigator has D3 shots. 1 shot hitting on 3s. Wounding. Oh, never mind. Sky Wardens will unload everything into the Ogors. Aethematic Volley Gun, 4's to hit. 4's to wound. Ooh, 3 wounds, all -1, so 6-up saves. So 2 wounds. Skyhook, 4's to hit. 3's to wound. I don't get a save against that one because it's -2, so it does 3 damage, not D3.
Oh.
It does 3 damage.
Oh.
So I've taken 5 damage so far.
That's so much.
And your Vulcanizer Pistol, 3s and 3s. Miss.
Yep.
5 damage in total. We'll just drop, I don't know, this guy in the middle. That'll be 4, 5.
Shot.
Frigate fires cannon and his carbines into the Ogre.
Just a cannon. Carbine's 12-inch range.
Oh, I thought it was 18. So the cannon is 18. 1-shot cannon, hit on a 4. Misses, of course. You have 1 stratagem. I'm not sure if you care to use it right now. You could re-roll that thanks to the Firestorm rules.
That is okay, I would say.
You're going to hold on to that. Okay. And this unit will fire its 2 Aethematic Volley Guns and the, what is the Gatling one?
There's a Skyhook. 1
sorry.
Skyhook, 2... Oh, no, it's 2
I
Skyhooks.
see 2 Skyhooks.
That's way better than
2
one.
Skyhooks and the Gatling and the gun and to the Ogres. Skyhooks hit on.
This is the volley gun?
Volley gun hits on.
5s.
2 hits. Wounds on.
4s.
2 wounds minus.
1.
So 6 up. 1 wound. And then your
Light
Skyhooks.
Skyhooks.
Light Skyhooks. 4's to hit. 3's to wound. What's the rend? -2. That's a hit then. How much damage? So 1 more. So 2 damage in total.
I don't know.
So 2 more damage. Didn't kill another one. Are you going to charge?
No.
No charging. So let's go straight to Battle Shock. We lost 1 unit here, or 1 model here. They are Bravery 6, but because there's at least 10 of them, it makes them Bravery 7, so they cannot run. Lead Belchers, on the other hand, don't have a banner. They've lost, well, we started with 9, so we lost 3. Bravery 6. Looking for a 1, 2, or 3. We're good. Well, not bad. He did a lot of damage. My Gargant is essentially neutered because the Life Springs rule. Oh, I forgot to talk about the Life Springs rule. The rule for this one is that in your hero phase, you can choose a hero in your territory more than 12 inches away from enemies, so I couldn't use it anyways, and they heal D6 wounds. If they heal at least 4, then you can't use it anymore for the rest of the game. But he's not a hero, and he's within 12 inches of enemies, so it's not like I could do it anyways. I don't have time to bathe. I don't want to bathe. I think the Ogres would probably lose it. Dwarves too, to be honest. Neither of us really want to bathe. So that is your turn. A lot of damage. Ogre killed. 3 Lead Belchers. You neutered my Gargant. But I don't know. We'll see what happens next. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be really key who gets the first turn in turn 2. We'll find out. I am gonna eat some yummy grub. Yum, yum, yum. Yummy grub, grub. And when I do that, I roll a die. If it's a 1, I lose some mortal wounds, and then there's some various other effects. I'm looking for a 3+, because a 2 won't really help me. 2. So I get some Trogoth Guts, which he heals D3 wounds, and all friendly Ogor models within 14 inches heal a wound as well. He's not an Ogor, and these guys are the only ones that are injured, but they're more than 14 inches away. The Lead Belchers are also more than 14 inches away, so that did nothing. If I rolled a 3 or a 4, then he could choose a unit, and that unit gets +1 to hit or attack, one or the other. And if I rolled a 5 or a 6, then all enemies within 7 inches had a possibility of taking some mortal wounds. I think it would only been the 1, but still. And then he's going to cast Voracious Maw, which requires a 7. I get a 10. I choose a unit in range, which is 18 inches. And they take D3 mortal wounds as a maw opens up and starts going nom nom. And then I keep rolling dice. I roll a die, and if it's 4+, it keeps eating. If it rolls less than that, then it stops and burps. And it's done. As long as I keep rolling 4+, that unit keeps taking D3 mortal wounds. I'm obviously going to choose these bad boys, because they're the scariest.
Oh no.
So they take D3 mortal wounds right off the bat. Are they 1 wound each?
Don't know.
They are 1 wound each, so we're going to lose 2 of them right off the bat. And then I'm going to 4+, D3 more. So 3 more. Oh boy. This could get bad.
1.
So it's going nom nom nom.
Oh no, I have to choose real guns.
You have to choose real guns now. You go ahead. 4+? No, we're done. Still 5 mortal wounds. Not bad for a warp charge or a casting value 7 spell. And then we're going to start moving. Obviously, we're going to get as close to these guys as we can. Sorry guys, you should have killed us. I know that's what you're trying to do, but you failed. So now you must pay. Lead Belchers are just going to reposition to here, staying 3 inches away from everybody.
My thunders.
The Ogors will just kind of start to move up. You know what, we're going to go like this. Start to spread them out. Keep our wounded one kind of in the middle of the mall, but not a linchpin, so if he dies, all of a sudden I'm separated. And I have my Tyrant kind of flank this way. My Gargant limp forward a little bit, and the Butcher come up as well. They all like to be in close combat, obviously, even when he's hurt. And these Ogres move up. Remember, you continue holding the objective as long as your enemy does not take it. Lead Belchers are going to unload all of their lead belching shots into your Thunderers. We really want to take care of them. Although, that might be overkill. I'm going to fire everything at them, because I know they can run away in combat, and that's annoying, so let's just shoot them all. So they're D3 shots each. Not bad. 4 is to hit. Ew. Okay, maybe they won't die. 3 is to wound. Okay, only 2 wounds. Your 4 up becomes a 5 up, and 1 more dies. That was unimpressive. I should have stood still and done D6 shots each. Well, I'll just charge and kill them that way, if they don't run away. Well, he's going to try to hurl a boulder at them. It's essentially, it actually is exactly the same. Oh no, I think it's the same stat line. 4s and 2s, -2, D6 damage.
Yep.
It's only 12-inch range now because he's hurt. He's not as strong. 4 is to hit. That's a hit. 2 is to wound. That's a wound. It's -2. So you get your 6-up save. Which you fail. So D6 of them are about to die. 5 more. Oh! Ow! Hello, chemist. My old friend. Well, that's all my shooting. Phew. Oof. They took a hit from that. Let's do some charges. Charge here, anything but a double 1. It's a 6 and a something. Oh, look at that. It's a 12. So we're going to use that to get all the way over here. So that way I can get closer to the rest of the fight. Let's have the Butcher charge. 4. That's enough. The Gargant. 7. That's enough. The Tyrant. 6. He's going to be clever. Stay more than an inch away from that, because it can drop bombs on him otherwise. Lead Belchers will charge 4 inches. So Lead Belchers will spread out a bit. We're going to charge 4 inches there, to there, to there, and to there. Yeah, we want to make sure to engage your big guy, but not get within an inch or half an inch. If you get within an inch, they can drop bombs. He has a special ability. If I get within half an inch, he can actually fire his cannon. No thank you. And the big Ogor charge over here, 6 inches. Ooh, I was hoping for something big and just totally swamp you that way. Yeah, what I'm going to do, I made a mistake when I deployed them. I wasn't holding this objective. Let me double check. No, I wasn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 6-inch charge to get a bunch of them in here. Like, I'm going to go here and then there. And then I'm going to have this guy move like this. Now I'm holding that objective. And we're not going to use this guy to link, obviously. In fact, now that I say that, what I'll do is this, 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 that. So my hurt guy will be at the end, so when he dies, I'm not all of a sudden having to kill half my ogres because they're not in any reach. Like I could move up in such a way to engage them, but I don't think I want to yet. I think I'd rather just take care of them and then have this front of Ogors. And these Ogres right here will charge 8 inches. That'll get one of them in there. Just like so. We'll keep it simple. Just to get my Bellower up there to give you -1 bravery. So then remember that these 3 guys are within 3 inches of him, and his fart gun makes a -1 attack. So they'll have 1 less attack. I'm going to start with my Ogres and have them attack first.
Probably
So we got these 5 right here that will attack.
10 attacks, probably.
4s to hit. Ooh, that was a good hit. 3s to wound. Not bad. These are no rend, but 2 damage apiece. You got a 4-up save, but you're 2 wounds apiece. Oh, you keep 1 alive. You take 4 damage.
I'll
Lucky
just
you.
lose these 2.
That's the Ogre's turn, so you get to choose now. I forgot the Giant gets to eat somebody. I get to pick a model within 3 inches. On a 6, he eats him. Gatling gun guy over this guy right here. He looks important.
He's the captain.
He's still alive.
He sure is the captain.
Are you going to have the Thunderers retreat?
Yeah, the Thunderers would like to leave.
They have an ability that when they are chosen to attack, instead of fighting, they can retreat.
Goodbye.
Okay. Well, then I'll have the Lead Belchers go next. And we are going to pile in. Now these 3 are only at 1 attack each. We're going to go like this. We'll have him wrap around that, him wrap around like this, and then he'll end up closer. So we're going to put 3 of them onto your Chemist, who probably won't die because -1 attacks, and then 2 of them into your company. What are they called?
Arcanaut Company.
Arcanaut Company. First against your Chemist, the one guy has an extra attack, hitting on 4s. See, we're not killing him right there. 3s to wound, definitely not killing him. You get a 5 up because of the -1, and he takes 2 damage, so he's down to 3 of his 5 wounds. And then these 2 into the Arcanaut Company, hitting on 4s. That's a nice solid 3 hits, 3s to wound. Only 1 wound though. -1, so 6 up. So that's 2 wounds, so 2 of them die.
Yeah.
Uno, dos. Arcanaut Company over here into the Iron Guts.
We're just going to wrap around.
Start with the 2 gun butts, or 3 gun butts. 4s. Okay, no gun butts.
That was easy.
And your Arcanaut Cutters, 4s and 4s. Solid. 4s to wound. Ooh, 3 wounds. That's technically enough to kill one if I fail all 3 4-up saves.
Which you don't.
Oh, that was close. 1 wound left. I'm going to do my Tyrant next. He's closest to this guy, so he'll pile in like so to get closer to him and kick him away and cheat like that. But then I'm going to put all my attacks into your frigate. So this double weapon, he'll be hitting on 2s because I forgot to say this on camera, but in the hero phase he chose him as his +1 attack thing. That was his relic ability. So we're hitting on 2s, re-rolling because he has double weapons. There we are. 3s to wound. Oh, garbage. Only 3 of them got through. -1 rend, 2 damage apiece. So 6 up saves? None of them. So 6 wounds. From how many does he start with?
10 down to 4. Or 14 down to 8.
Oh, that is a bit of a difference. At least it brackets him. Your other Arcanaut company? What are they going to do?
They're going to pile in. They're going to hope for the best.
So this one's already stuck with him. He can kind of go in the middle there. He has, yeah, sure, he can go that way. So where do they want to put their attacks if they have a choice?
Everyone who can slap the butcher is going to try.
So that's, well, he could have piled in like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what about these 3?
One has to go into the tyrant. So 2 into the Bonebreaker Gargant.
2 gun butts into my butcher. 4s.
Rerolling 1s because that is a hero.
Oh, you get to reroll 1s against heroes, eh?
Oh yeah.
5s to wound. Also rerolling? Didn't matter. No, it's actually +1 to hit rolls, so you would have missed
Yeah,
anyways. So 1 wound, 5 up save, which I do save. And then the cutters. Now these ones will remember to get +1, so the 3s to hit.
3s to hit.
No rerolls, it was the +1.
Yep.
And 4s to wound. And there's no rend on these.
No rend.
So 5 up again. 1 wound. Brings him down to 6 wounds. Let's resolve the 2 against the Gargant. And of course there's 1 gun butt.
Hits.
5s to wound.
No wound.
And then the non-gun butt. Does he get +1 against it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's a monster.
No wound.
Attack.
1 attack against the tyrant.
3s.
3s because of the +1. 4s to wound. Nothing. Let's do the big Gargant next. See if he can do anything. He gets D6 attacks with his massive club. Hey, 3 attacks. 3s to hit. Oh, look at that. Only 1 hit. 3s to wound. Oh, yeah, nothing. Yeah, he'll stomp, which is a 3 to hit. 3 to wound. That's a -2 D6 damage.
D6 damage.
They only had 5 up, so they don't get a save. D6 damage. So 6 of them die from his stomp. Gotta love it. Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
Your frigate can now attack my tyrant. Just some Blaine valves, 4s and 4s.
4s.
I thought there was 4 attacks. Oh no, 3 attacks. You're right. 4s to hit. He doesn't get a +1 against a hero or anything.
Nice.
All right, 4s to wound then. 4 up saves. You do no damage. My butcher will go next. He'll pile in like so to get nice and far up, and then everything into them. What is this? Stump blades, 2d6 attacks, 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. Oh, he's done.
Oh.
Big Ironclad is closer to the lead belchers.
He's just gonna kind of turn.
Pile in like that and fight. 2d6 fragmentation charges. So 5, and then the 5 Blaine valves are the same thing, so we'll do it all at once. 4s and 4s, no rend. 4s to wound.
Nice.
Oh, good ships. They like shooting more. These ogres are gonna just pile in the 3. They can be chosen to fight because they charged. Some people are mistaken in thinking that you cannot move them if they're not within an inch. The rule is if they have charged or are within 3 inches of an enemy, they can be selected. But they didn't get close enough to fight. Your chemist next into the lead belchers.
Oh, sure.
He's got 2 whole attacks, 4s and 4s. Does he get anything bonuses against?
No, he's got nothing.
4s and 4s? Nothing, okay. This might be a little overkill. Iron Guts into your company. I hope it's overkill. We got 19 attacks, hitting on 4s. 3s to wound. Okay, so these are only -1 rend, but they, well, you know what, I'll reroll this one, it's kind of cocked. But they are 3 damage apiece.
So
You're just gonna roll 4 of them?
Oh,
That's 9 guys, and
that's
that's
it.
12 guys. Wow, so it only took 5 of those 9 wounds to kill all your guys. The objective is mine! And lastly, we got your Sky Warden.
he gets.
He's got his pike,
The custodian has 3 attacks.
4s to hit. Nice. Oh, they do D3 damage apiece. You have any way to reroll those? You
Nope.
do have 1 stratagem point, but
Nope, that's
not
okay.
here. No, that's for a cannon. Into Battle Shock. I did not take any casualties, so I don't have any Battle Shock to take. Obviously you do. You've got 1, 2, 3 units to roll for.
All auto pass here.
So you're an Inspiring Presence them.
Yep.
And then they're just going to run. What's their bravery?
7.
And you lost 8 of them?
Yep.
So if you rolled a 1...
I lose 2.
Yeah. Well, hold on. You lost 7.
I
So you lost 8.
8.
It becomes 9. Yes, you lose 2. So those are going to auto run. Yeah, what's the bravery of the Sky Wardens?
7.
So 2 of them ran. So if you could stay around.
I know.
5 becomes the bravery 7. You lost 2. You rolled a 5. That becomes a 7. You passed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was an interesting first turn. Most of your guys on foot are dead. You still have your admiral in there, and the company right there, and some survivors right here. I have scored 5 victory points. How many? You got 2 victory points in your first turn. We forgot to mention that. You got 2 for holding your 2 objectives. Now I hold my 2 objectives and yours over there, which is worth 3. So the score is 5-2. Oh man, if I get a double turn,
Yep.
that would probably be game.
That would be game.
Most likely.
90%.
Because also just stacking up the points, not letting you shoot. But I am locked in combat with him over here, so at least you know that these guys are going to be pretty useless as they start to pile in this way with him holding them up. But yeah, it would be pretty bad. So 5-2 at the end of turn 1. And now the most important role of the game: who gets first turn in battle round 2? You win ties.
Well, folks, that's game.
Are you gonna call it there?
Yeah, I lose. There's
Yeah.
no question.
Now there's a tiny chance that you could pull it off, but the problem is now these guys are gonna head off this way. This guy's not gonna survive that, which means I'm gonna keep just racking the 3 points up for this objective. Whereas if you went first, you could have done the opposite to me. Like you could have gone over here and somehow grabbed this objective from me, and then retreated him at least to keep him alive. I don't know if that's what you'd want to do.
I'd probably just shoot the tyrant in combat.
You'd want to stay in combat because the Bone Grinders, as long as he's within 6 inches, he's in combat.
Yeah,
so.
but he's got nowhere to go.
Well, this guy pile in, then he would pile in. He's got a 3-inch reach.
Ooh.
So he could.
See, I didn't know that part.
Yeah. So basically, if he didn't retreat, then he'd probably die. This guy is very powerful and can still move around and do some damage, but there's a lot of wounds. Each of those ogres has 4 wounds. So yeah, I agree with you. I agree that is it's a good place to concede.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do our post game stuff then.
Cool.
Let's take a look at the map. That is a destruction victory in the Life Springs. We rolled our build points. We're kind of getting to the point where we're starting to get build points we don't know what to do with. So in the MiniWarGaming vault, you can see the game between the Beasts of Chaos and Death in the Caverns of Fulminax to see if Death can take the caverns from Chaos, from Steve. So go check that out at the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Happy wargaming.